What's up, folks? It's Brandon Main at Blue Collar Taxidermy. We're going to do a tail pulling video real quick. I hope you can see that right here. All right, there's different ways to remove these tails. We're going to use these tail pullers, but first what we're going to do, what I like to do on any rug, if it's just going to be a rug and not a mount, I like to split it all the way down the center because it just helps you to get it straight and make sure it's all getting tanned. But anyway, if the poop hole is still right there, you've got a straight kind of line, and then this pattern where the skin goes in the center of the tail, we're just going to follow that. Make sure everything is straight and smooth because you'll get it bent. But I'm going to cut that top section out of the way so it don't catch. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go straight in the center of this line, and I'm going to start my cut. And I wouldn't recommend going all the way down because the bone gets smaller as you go down. So what you can do after you get your initial cut is you just work this skin back, and a lot of this butthole flap skin will cut off around it, but you just want to get it removed around the base to where it's circled around. And then if you're going to remove it, just get it enough to where you can get a hold of it and pull it out. And then if you want to cut it open or leave it tubed, we'll show you how to put a wick inside of the tail. Now all these tails are the same way, whether it's for a bobcat, whether it's for a deer. I'm going to cut this skin off right here. It's a nasty skin. All these tails you pull the same way, they're just different sizes. So what we're doing right here is we're just working around that base until we've got a free section to get a good hold of it. You don't really want to pull these tails because they'll rip super easy. So we've almost got around enough all the way around. And let's see if you can see that. So if you can see it, we're circling it, and then it gets to be, when it gets down here big enough to clamp onto that, that's when you can pull it. But I'm going to go down a little bit farther and show you. I was trying to stop this video at 3 minutes, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I don't know anything about these videos. I just know it has to have a 3-minute reel or something. So if there's anybody's got any advice, if there's a better way to put a video in a certain category or to shorten it up to try to just show, but I don't know. But anyway, hope this helps. We're going to go all the way down to our cut, but what I do, like I said, I'm going to cut all the way down the tip of this tail. So we've got a good straight line. The most important thing is just keeping your knife really straight. And I don't recommend cutting it all at one time because you'll be surprised how you'll get off a little bit. But I really just like to work it. And that way it's more safe. And I just work it on either side. But really, I've got it down enough now, easy, where I can pull that out with a tail puller. I'm going to stop. No, I'll just do it. I was going to say I'll stop it and redo the tail puller, but I'm going to show you. These tail pullers right here, you can get them like this, or they come in this. I don't really recommend the plastic because they break and bend. But they make these, they're probably aluminum or something, but you got two fittings. The bigger hose is going to be for the deer. The smaller hose is going to be for like your coyote and your foxes. But once you've got that base, see, that's what we were cutting around, that big old fat chunk. But on the back side of that, you could just come on down smooth. But make sure you can get this thing on here where it fits plenty good in that hole. And then make sure you're free on both sides. And then when you get that, I just like to grip it like that. And you got to squeeze really tight and just pull. And then it'll pull it out really straight. Because what happens is if you don't do it, you're going to pull this tip off every time. So once you get that part, man, you're good to go. And you don't have to split it all the way down to the tip, but you do have to make sure you get all that salt and stuff packed down in there really good and then drained out, or this tail will slip at certain parts. It'll rot. Even though you're salting it, it'll stay so wet inside there. So if you want to open it up the rest of the way, you can. And if you don't, just run a little piece of a wire and maybe poke you a hole in the tip where it's got a drain hole. But just kind of flush that stuff up and ram that rod in there. But other than that, you're good to go, and you've got a perfectly good intact tail that'll be cool with your mount. I like split them too because it kind of makes them a little bit wider, but it's just whatever you want to do. Hope that helps.